Oh, hey, welcome back. Time for another children's sermon. We are now moving along to the season of Easter. We did Lent last week. Moving along as we make our way through exploring the different seasons of the church year. We're going to be reading, as always, from the Jesus Storybook Bible. And it's sort of an Easter story that we're going to hear. It's a story about the Apostle Paul and the way that his life was changed by hearing about the resurrected Jesus. Let's get right to the story. I've got a fun little skit for you, and then we'll come back and chat about it and talk about our homework for the week. See you soon. A new way to see. Of all the people who kept the rules, Saul was the best. I'm good at being good, he'd tell you. He was very proud and very good, but he wasn't very nice. Saul hated anyone who loved Jesus. He traveled around looking for them. He wanted to catch them and put them in prison. He wanted everyone to forget all about Jesus. He didn't believe Jesus was the rescuer, and he didn't believe Jesus was alive either. You see, Saul had never met Jesus. So one day, Jesus met Saul. Saul was on his way to Damascus when suddenly a dazzling light flashed like lightning. It was brighter than the sun. It was too bright. Saul shielded his eyes and fell to the ground. He heard a loud voice. It was too loud. It gave Saul a headache. "Saul, Saul," said the voice, "why are you fighting me?" "Lord," Saul answered, "who are you?" "I am Jesus," said the voice. "When you hurt my friends, you are hurting me too." Saul's whole body trembled. "Go to the city," Jesus said. "I'll tell you what to do." When Saul opened his eyes, he couldn't see. His helpers had to hold his hand and lead him like a little child. Saul was blind for 3 whole days, and yet it was as if he was seeing for the very first time. Meanwhile, there was a man called Ananias who loved Jesus. Jesus came to him in a dream. "Go to Saul and pray for him, and I will make him see again." Ananias knew all about Saul and how he hated Jesus' followers. "Lord, he has come to hurt us." But Jesus told Ananias, "Saul is the one I've chosen to tell the whole world who I am." So Ananias went to Saul. "Brother Saul," Ananias said, "it was Jesus who met you on the road." And Ananias prayed for Saul. Suddenly, Saul could see again, but he saw everything differently. He wasn't mean anymore. He even changed his name from Saul to Paul, which means small and humble, the very opposite of proud. And do you know what Ananias' name means? The Lord is full of grace. Grace is just another word for gift, which is funny, because that's just what Paul's message was all about from then on. It's not about keeping rules, Paul told people. You don't have to be good at being good for God to love you. You just have to believe what Jesus has done and follow him. Because it's not about trying, it's about trusting. It's not about rules, it's about grace. God's free gift that cost him everything. What had happened to Paul? He met Jesus. Paul got a new job. He called himself a servant and traveled everywhere telling everyone about Jesus. He got shipwrecked 3 times. He even ended up in prison. God loves us, he wrote from prison. Nothing can ever, no, not ever, separate us from the never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love of God he showed us in Jesus. And so it was, just as God promised Abraham that dark night all those years before. The family of God's children grew and grew, until one day they would come to number more than even all the stars in the sky. What? Careful, Moana. Wait a second. What? That's Taka. Wait a second. Taka is actually Tafiti? What? I did not see that coming.
I would resist the temptation to stretch. The temperature around you is well below freezing.
What?
Try to stretch and you'll break.
So you're the screenslaver.
Evelyn is the screenslaver?
And no. Let's say I created the character.
What?
Pre-recorded the messages.
Didn't see that coming. Yes.
Just push it!
Push the button, Lotso.
Where's your kid now, Sheriff?
What? No. Lotso betrayed them. Didn't see that coming.
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
What? I didn't see that coming. Ha! Bet you weren't expecting that. Did you enjoy that? I mean, watching all those Disney movies? I swear I don't just watch movies when I'm at work. But I do love a good twist in a film. And really, the story of Easter is this moment when the unexpected happens. The disciples thought he was dead, and then Jesus was alive. And as we read about in the story of Paul from the Jesus Storybook Bible, Paul comes to this discovery too, that it's not about keeping the rules to try and keep God happy. All of his ways of thinking have been changed by the announcement of Jesus' resurrection. It's just a good reminder that God always does the unexpected, and that we're encouraged to keep our eyes open for the twist, for that moment when we say, I wasn't expecting that. This is great. God has surprised us with something amazing. So we want to put our faith into practice, right? That's what we talk about every week. So this week, I want you to try and surprise someone in a good way. Do something nice. Do something unexpected. Clean a room without being asked. Put the dishes away without being asked. Try and surprise someone with something joyous and exciting and beautiful. A piece of artwork, a kind gesture, a hug. Because really, that's kind of what Easter's all about. Ha! I wasn't expecting that. God surprises us with grace and love and mercy and forgiveness again and again. I'm Pastor Nate. This has been your children's sermon. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.